The wind howled a mournful dirge along the rugged coast of Brittany, where the unforgiving Atlantic Ocean battered the ancient cliffs with relentless fury. Here, shrouded in mist and legend, lay the magnificent kingdom of Weiss, a city whispered to shimmer beneath the very waves, a marvel of human ingenuity protected by powerful enchantments. Yet, unbeknownst to its jubilant citizens, a darkness festered within its glistening walls, a secret yearning that threatened to topple Yes from its watery foundation, the tale of Dahut, the king's own daughter, and a love that would drown a city. Dahut possessed a beauty that defied mortal ken. Her raven hair cascaded down her back like a midnight waterfall, her eyes shimmered with the mystery of the deep, and her smile could melt the heart of the sternest knight. But beneath this captivating facade, a storm brewed, a yearning for a love that transcended the boundaries of her sheltered life. Whispers danced on the salty breeze, some hinting at a dashing foreign prince who had stolen her heart with tales of faraway lands, others murmuring of a shadowy figure cloaked in mist, his eyes reflecting the churning turmoil of the ocean itself. Whoever it was, the object of Dahut's affection ignited a fire within her, a reckless abandon that would soon consume not just her, but the very soul of Yes. Consumed by this all-encompassing love, Dahut embarked on a path of unthinkable treachery. The very lifeblood of Weiss, its very defiance against the encroaching sea, rested on a complex system of enchanted walls and colossal sluice gates. Guarded with an almost religious fervor by her father, King Gradlon, the keys to these gates held the power to both protect and unleash the ocean's fury. Blinded by the flames of her forbidden love, Dahut, in a moment of heart-stopping audacity, stole these sacred keys, the weight of her betrayal a leaden burden in her hand. With the keys in the wrong hands, a malevolent force stirred within the ocean depths. An unsettling calm descended upon the usually restless waves, an eerie prelude to the impending storm. Then, with a groan that echoed across the very fabric of reality, the mighty sluice gates creaked open, surrendering Weiss to the mercy of the sea. A monstrous wave, a wall of churning water driven by an unseen rage, surged towards the unsuspecting city. Panic erupted within the once gleaming streets of Weiss. The joyous celebrations that had filled the air just moments before dissolved into a desperate scramble for survival. The rising tide, relentless and unforgiving, threatened to swallow everything whole. Children clung to their parents, lovers embraced for the last time, and a collective scream of terror ripped through the salty air. King Gradlon, awakened from his revelry by the commotion and the ominous roar of the approaching wave, emerged from his palace to a scene of utter pandemonium. His heart hammered against his ribs as he realized the horrifying truth: the city was under attack, not from an external enemy, but from within. Mounting his loyal steed, a magnificent white stallion that had carried him through countless battles, Gradlon surveyed the chaos. But amidst the swirling throng, his gaze fell upon a figure clinging desperately to the back of his horse Dahut, her face a mask of terror, her eyes wide with a horrifying realization of the consequences of her actions. Beside them rode St. Guenol, the king's wise advisor and confidante, his face etched with a sorrow that mirrored the impending doom. As the unforgiving waves rose ever higher, threatening to engulf them all, St. Guenol revealed the source of the disaster: Dahut's unthinkable betrayal. A suffocating silence descended upon the trio, broken only by the howling wind and the relentless roar of the approaching wave. Horror and betrayal contorted the king's face. With a heavy heart, burdened by the weight of his duty and the love for his daughter, Gradlon heeded St. Guenol's desperate plea. In a single, heart-wrenching motion, he cast Dahut from his horse into the churning sea. The king and St. Guenol urged their steeds onward, desperately clawing their way towards the higher ground that offered their only hope of survival. As they reached the safety of the cliffs, they turned back to witness a sight that would forever scar their souls. The once majestic city of Weiss, a testament to human ingenuity and defiance, had vanished beneath a churning sea, leaving behind only a swirling vortex and the haunting echoes of screams lost to the ocean's wrath. Legends claim that Dahut wasn't consumed by the sea's wrath. Transformed by her treachery and the weight of her guilt, she became a siren, a creature of ethereal beauty with a voice that echoed with the sorrow of a lost kingdom and the longing for a love that had brought about its downfall. Her haunting melody, carried on the salty wind, served as a siren's song, a melody both beautiful and deadly. sailors, lured by the promise of otherworldly beauty, steered their ships towards the treacherous rocks that marked the watery grave of Aias. Drawn by the irresistible song, they would meet their demise upon the jagged cliffs, their final moments filled with visions of an enchanting woman with eyes that mirrored the churning sea. King Gradlon, forever haunted by the weight of his decision and the memory of his drowned daughter, found solace in a monastery nestled high atop a windswept cliff. The mournful cry of the gulls became his constant companion, a chilling reminder of the lost kingdom and the love that had driven him to such a desperate act. He spent his remaining days in prayer, seeking forgiveness for his own transgressions and for the soul of his daughter, forever trapped between the world of the living and the watery depths. Centuries passed, and the legend of Uais became a cautionary tale whispered by Breton fishermen as they mended their nets under the watchful gaze of the moon. Some claimed to see fleeting glimpses of a magnificent city beneath the waves, its towers shimmering faintly in the moonlight. Others swore they heard the mournful strains of a siren's song, a melody that tugged at their hearts and sent shivers down their spines. One fateful night, a young fisherman named Elian, known for his adventurous spirit and disregard for danger, ventured out into the storm-tossed sea. The sky was ablaze with an unnatural light, the waves churned with an otherworldly fury, and the air crackled with an unseen energy. Suddenly, amidst the chaos, Elian heard it, the haunting melody, a song that spoke of love and loss, of betrayal and redemption. Driven by an irresistible force, Elian steered his small boat towards the source of the song. As he neared the churning vortex that marked the watery grave of Uais, he saw her Dahut, the Siren. Her beauty was heartbreaking, her sorrow palpable. But beneath the mesmerizing facade, Elian saw a flicker of something else, a yearning for forgiveness, a plea for understanding. Elian, unlike the sailors of yore, wasn't captivated by her beauty or seduced by the promise of pleasure. He saw the pain that mirrored his own, the pain of loss, the burden of a heavy past. In a voice that carried across the storm, he sang a song of his own, a song not of desire, but of empathy and compassion. The melody, a simple fisherman's ballad, filled with a longing for home and the ache of a solitary life, pierced through the siren's song. Dahut, her eyes filled with a flicker of surprise, listened. For the first time in centuries, she heard not the yearning for fleeting pleasure, but the echo of a kindred spirit. As dawn approached, painting the sky with streaks of pink and gold, the storm began to subside. The churning vortex calmed, revealing the faint outline of the drowned city beneath the waves. Dahut, her siren song silenced, looked at Elian with a newfound hope. Perhaps, the legend whispered on the wind, a love born not of selfish desires, but of empathy and understanding, could offer a chance at redemption, not just for the drowned city, but for the souls forever bound to it.